How you doing, everybody? I'm back once again with another pickup video to show you guys. My purchases here were mainly at flea markets. I had one, one face, well, two Facebook pickups here. So anyway, I spent a little more on two of the items than I normally do. And as you'll see, I've changed my name on the channel to the Frugal Gamer. And the reason why is because I consider myself a pretty frugal guy. I'm a cheap ass. My wife says frugal, I say cheap ass. Either way, I think frugal gamer sounded better than cheap ass gamer, and honestly, it sounds better than this Chris Lump, out there. So anyway, the first game I picked up was a Facebook pickup. I had put up a lot of in search of Nintendo ads and whatnot, especially video games. And I've had quite a few people contact me. I've got some good games this way. Well, this woman got a hold of me and told me that she has one Nintendo game, and she wanted to sell it to me, and apparently she wanted $30 for it. I was like, $30? That's a little bit. But then she told me what it was, so I was pretty excited, because it's one I've actually been looking for. It is not Hudson Soft. Yeah, it is Hudson Soft. my bad. Hudson Soft makes great games, and one game they made that I really wanted was Felix the Cat. I love this game. Basically, Felix the Cat, you play as, well, Felix the Cat, and I think his name is Professor, stole Kitty, which is Felix the Cat's girlfriend, and is basically holding her hostage to get Felix's magic bag, which this bag basically has a whole bunch of magical items in it. And throughout the game, you basically upgrade your items. You start off with just your bag, and like you have like a spring-loaded punch, and then you can upgrade to like some throwing stars and hurting people, to becoming a tank and shooting things. And in some levels you're a plane, other levels you're underwater, riding on dolphins and stuff like that. It's a really fun game, a great platformer, a really good system, really great controls, great music. Typical Hudson Soft game. If you love Hudson Soft, if you love games like Adventure Island, things like that, you will love Felix the Cat. Get it now. It's going up in price. $30 seems a bit high, but right now the lowest I've seen it going for is $45, $50. So I went ahead and got it because $30 is right now is a pretty good deal. I could have spent $100 and got it complete in box online, but I'm not a completionist. If I got it cheap enough, I would have got it complete in box, but I'm fine with just a card. If I get the box later, hey, more power to me. So that was a Facebook pickup. She told me that apparently she's clearing out her boyfriend's man cave, making him sell all the stuff, and that he might have more stuff that she'll be selling, and if so, she'll get a hold of me. And I'm like, hey, that's cool to me. So then I went to that was on Friday night. Saturday morning, I ended up going to a flea market, and one of the first stands I go to, first thing I see is this right here, which is Bully. Yes, Bully. It is the Wii Scholarship Edition, which has a little more stuff than the PS2 version did. It was scheduled to come out on the PS2. No, it was scheduled to come out on the Xbox 360, and I don't think it ever did. Basically, it's an enhanced version of the game. It has 8 new missions, 4 new classes, 4 new characters, 2-player mini games. Basically, it's a game by Rockstar, and it plays a lot like Grand Theft Auto. You have a map, you're going around, you're doing little mini missions. The gameplay basically plays the same. Great music, but it is complete. The game is in there. It has a poster in it. It's got the manual, and this disc. I mean, this disc looks pretty damn nice for a flea market find. Little fingerprint right there, but flea market finds can be hit or misses. I've got some great deals. Sometimes I found some stuff that would be good if it was in better shape. So then the only other thing I found there was a red Play It Loud Game Boy. These are the original Game Boys, and they came out in different colors. There was a red one, a black one, I think a green, a blue, maybe a pink. I know there was a clear one. And they came in these hard cases, and they usually had a cardboard insert that said, like, Play It Loud and things like that. It had like a little poster in here. And I'm not really sure how it stayed in there, but it did. But anyway, on the back here, it has do not remove proof of purchase stuff, which shows the serial number, which this serial number, if you see, actually matches up to the serial number on the Game Boy itself, which is really cool. So that means it's an original. No corrosion in it. Looks really nice. Plays very well. It had a Space Invaders manual with it, and a Star Wars manual with it. And it had one game, which is actually a really fun game. It has Double Dragon with it, which actually plays a lot like the Nintendo version, so that's good because I like the Nintendo one. And when you close it, you'll see that it has a Nintendo sill right here to show that it was original. So that's pretty cool. I paid $7 for that. So that's it. Then I paid $8 for, I think his average price again, for Baseball Stars, SNK Baseball Stars. I actually got Baseball Stars 2 a couple pickups ago, and it was a okay game. They're typical baseball games. Excuse me. You go around just hitting the ball, tossing the ball, doing whatever, you know. So it's a pretty fun game. If you like baseball, go ahead and check it out. Then I went to Game Busters in Granite. I originally had a stack of games, PS3 games. It was like 5 of them. I was gonna see about trading in, see how much trading I can get, and they wanted to give me like $13. I'm like, no, I'll hold on to it. I'll sell them $5 a pop on Facebook or something. And I'll trade them to somebody for some NES games. So instead, they had one game in there I wanted. I've been wanting it for a while. It was a little cheaper than my average eBay price, and it is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes by THQ. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was based on the cartoon Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I believe this game came out in '91, if I'm not mistaken. Well, you know, it has date on it, but I'm pretty sure it came out in '91. And in the cartoon, it was based off the second Attack of the Killer Tomatoes movie, which I think is called Revenge of the Killer Tomatoes. And basically, there's a guy named Dr. Gangrene who's going around and trying to turn all sand zucchini into tomatoes. And you play as a guy named Chad, and you're going around trying to stomp on different types of tomatoes. And there's all kinds of tomatoes in this game. There's smaller ones, there's bigger ones, there's flying ones, there's crawly ones. And basically, you just got to stomp them all into ketchup, basically. It's a pretty fun little platformer. It kind of plays along the lines of Boy and His Blob. It kind of looks like that as well. But overall, it's a pretty fun game. So, Then I went to GameStop, and I traded in some PS3 games to get my daughter one of her games, which is Monster High 13 Wishes. And she'll show that off later because she wants to show it off. And I ended up picking up Resident Evil Revelations for the PS3. I have not played this on the PS3. It's not complete. Well, it might be complete. I don't know if this came with the manual or not. I know a lot of games don't, but basically it just came with the disc and some kind of warranty sheets. But the disc was nice. You know, there was no markings on it. On the case, there was actually no GameStop stickers or anything, so I was pretty happy about that. I played this game on the 3DS when it first came out, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun game. Supposedly the HD versions have a little added stuff to them, so I'm hoping it's pretty good. I actually like the Resident Evil games, and I thought that was much better than Resident Evil 6. I wasn't a big fan of RE6, but I picked that up, and a while back I picked up the HD remake of Biohazard / Resident Evil for the PS3 as well, so I got both of those I still have to play. So anyway, I contacted the guy on Facebook. A guy contacted me, actually, once again, about the In Search of ads. Told me he had quite a bit of Nintendo stuff he wanted to sell me, and he said he had a lot, and basically a couple tubs full, and he was going to sell them to me. So I'm like, okay, he's a pretty good price, whatever. He didn't work out price. Hi, Jaden. We didn't really talk about much of it. But basically, he told me to come over, take a look at it, and we'll figure something out. So I go over there, and actually, I'm getting ready to go over there. Saturday, no, it was Friday night. Friday night, I could stop Jaden. Friday night, I get a hold of him, and I asked him if I can come over, and he says, well, yeah, you can go ahead and come on over. Bad thing is my wife just took the car to work. So I told him I couldn't make it. Told him I'll be over Saturday morning like we agreed upon. Saturday morning, while I was out doing all the flea market stuff, he gets a hold of me and tells me that apparently his cousin found out he was selling all the Nintendo stuff and got mad at him. And basically said, hey, you know, you told me you were going to get that stuff to me, that you were going to sell it to me. So his cousin's like, hey, I'll come over, I'll give you money in the morning to sell it to me. So apparently the guy went ahead and did it. He just wanted to get rid of it. Apparently he's been sitting on it for a while. Didn't play it or anything. So apparently he sold it all pretty cheap. He said he had a whole bunch of games with the boxes and manuals and all this. He didn't tell me what games, but it kind of upset me because we had a deal worked out, and I told him that. But I told him I also understand because it was family. But he did tell me that he had a Nintendo system that his brother didn't want because it didn't work. And I'm like, oh okay. And he goes, well, I'll just give it to you. I'm like, cool. So I go over there, and when I pull up, he's showing me this right here. That's right, the Nintendo Action Set box. I'm not going to open it all up, or actually, I could probably open it up. But anyway, so I look at it, and, oh, here we go. Jeez. So the cardboard looks really nice on it, and we're talking, and then he's like, okay, he's like, so, I said, so how much were you wanting for it? He goes, well, I told you I was going to give you the Nintendo for free. He goes, so how much do you think the box is for? I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe $20. He goes, okay, sure. Gave him $20, you know, left, came home, looked at it. It had a third-party power supply in it, which I just went ahead and took out. But it had two controllers. It had the RC or RF adapter, and inside, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there was a Go-Kart Legend of Zelda. He was right. The Nintendo system itself did not work. Apparently, it looks like there might be a bad capacitor on it or something like that, or maybe a bad computer vision processor or something. Hopefully, it's a cheap fix so I can get it fixed. If not, it's no big deal. I run across just a single Nintendo's quite a bit. So if nothing else, I have a really nice shaped box to put Nintendo in. And this is actually like the third or fourth, might even be the fifth box Nintendo I've run across in the last year for really cheap. So I've got really lucky this way. And this is one of the original ones before they released the Master Series or the Classic Series with the orange zapper. This was a great one. So anyway, then the next day, today is Sunday. You'll probably see this Monday or later. But on Sunday, this morning I went to the flea markets again. The same ones that I went to and bought the Game Boy from last time. And first thing I see is this right here. Another Play It Loud. This time a black one. And once again, let me see. This one's missing the Zelda or the Nintendo label here, like somebody ripped it off. But it does have the information back here. And once again, the serial number matches up. But this one, not only did it come with the Nintendo, which I actually like this one. It's the black Game Boy. The serial number is kind of pilling up a little bit. Besides that, it's fine. It came with Tetris, which is a great game. You gotta love Tetris. It also came with F1 Race, which I barely remember playing as a kid, but I do kind of remember playing it. It came with the classic Jeopardy. I love a little Alex Trebek. And it came with Asteroids. But it also came with two other great games. It came with Metroid 2, which is a really, really fun game. And all these labels are really nice looking. It also came with a Super Mario Land, which is actually a very good Mario game. I love the Mario Land games. It wasn't as good as Mario Land 2 or Mario Land 3, but they were still really great games. At least I thought they were. So I got that, and basically I asked the guy how much he wanted for it. He said, oh, well, my mom's not here. She's usually on the prices and stuff, whatever. He goes, I think she wanted $25 for it. I'm like, I don't know, man, 25. He goes, well, how much do you want to spend? I go, $20. He goes, sold. So for $20, I got a black one and all those games. So once again, that's a very, very sweet deal, and I'll take it. So further down up the road here, I'm a fan of the Silent Hill series. I have number 2 and 3 for the PlayStation 2. I also have several others for the PS3, whatever. But one I've been looking for, which I haven't been able to find for a cheap price, was Silent Hill: The Room. I played it quite a while back. I downloaded it on the computer and played it on there, and I thought it was really fun, but I heard the PlayStation 3 version played better. Well, the thing is, ever since I've been looking for it, it's like a $30 game. I'm like, damn. And when it comes to disc-based games, I'm a real stickler about being a completionist. It has to at least have the case, and I prefer the manual. So, got the hiccups going on here. Wow, just say some sloppy joes and they're killing me here. So anyway, all of a sudden I see Silent Hill 4: The Room sitting there, and he had two PlayStation 2 games. Two PlayStation 2 games. He had Silent Hill: The Room, and he had Hitman 2 or something like that. And I was never a big fan of the Hitman series, so it didn't bother me. But this case looked great. It actually still had some of the seal on top, even though you could tell it had already been open. And the disc is very nice. Once again, had a couple of fingerprints on it, and it had the manual with it, and the manual looked great. I love the artwork to this. I always thought it was very freaky looking. It's a great game. So I got that for $2. And I was like, holy shit, $2, dude. He was sold. I didn't ask for a cheaper price. I probably could have. He was a nice guy. If I could offer him $1, he probably would have took it. But for $2, I ain't going to complain. So then I stopped into Goodwill. Lately, I've had some pretty good deals at Goodwill. And the last one I found, we turned down? Yeah. The last one I found was, I really can't remember. Sorry, she got distracted me here. I think it was like a stack of like 5 and 64 games for $3 each, which was like Zelda, Mario Kart, a whole bunch of other ones. But I went in there and they had the Ultimate NES Remix up there. And this game right here, I got it for $9.99. $9.99 is a hell of a deal considering it's going for like $30 right now at GameStop. And if you look, $3.14. So it was actually put out yesterday and wasn't picked up. So I was kind of shocked about it. And I'm guessing it's complete. It's got the electronic manual, and of course it's got the game itself right here. And I was kind of shocked that they had the it has the Mario stuff on the inside here, to where it has the coins and everything that you can get, the Nintendo Club points. But anyway, if you haven't played this game, it's actually a really fun game. Basically it's a mix of a whole bunch of games and a whole bunch of gameplays. Things like the first one I played was you basically had to beat the first level of Mario, get to the flagpole, but the whole level was blacked out. Basically it was all shadows, and you had to make your way through. And I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. And the quicker you beat them, the more stars you get, more stuff you unlock. I don't know if you eventually get to unlock the actual games or not. But I know on the back it says stuff like unlock Famicom remix to play Japanese versions of the games. You get compete against other people if you want. But I mean, it looks pretty freaking interesting. And some of the things are mixed up. Like on one level here, you have Link versus Donkey Kong. So you have Link going against Donkey Kong. You have Boo's attacking Kirby. You have like a stage where you're Mario and you got like two clones of you chasing after you, and you're in the middle, so you gotta figure out which one's you and keep right there and go through the stages. Altogether, it's a really fun game. I really enjoyed it. For $9.99, that was a hell of a good deal. I probably wouldn't spend $30 on it. After playing it, I maybe would have spent $20, but for, like I said, for $9.99, dude, I was all over that. So, that is all my pickups this time. Later on, I'll record a video with my daughters. They want to show you guys the stuff they got. So until then, remember, keep looking for stuff. You'll never know what you're going to find. And eventually, you might get what you've been looking for. Such as Silent Hill The Room. So have a good one.